Starved and displaced with entire cities lying in ruins. That's been the daily reality for Palestinians across the Gaza Strip for more than 2 years. But despite everything, people are determined to survive as they desperately try to find food and shelter. This is dawn in Gaza City, the morning light illuminating a landscape of debris and rubble hiding the remains of many who were killed in Israel's attacks. The United Nations reports that Israeli attacks have destroyed more than 80% of the buildings across Gaza. A limited number of tents are now trickling in, but it's nowhere near enough to meet the desperate needs of the people. Gaza's landscape has been completely changed. More than 300,000 houses have been reduced to rubble by Israeli attacks and demolition. Most of the strip's water and sanitation facilities have been destroyed, leaving 96% of households without enough water to meet even basic needs. And nearly 3,500 kilometers of Gaza's roads have been damaged or entirely torn up. They are vital routes for the distribution of humanitarian aid and supplies. Now, a U.S. brokered ceasefire deal is in its second week in Gaza, despite both sides accusing each other of multiple violations. Under the terms of the agreement, Israel is releasing Palestinians captives, alive and dead, in exchange for the captives released by Hamas. These are live pictures right now from Khan Younis in southern Gaza, where a funeral is set to take place for some of the victims released by Israel, the bodies of unidentified Palestinian victims released by Israel. Let's bring in our Tareq Azzoum, who's there for us. He's in Khan Younis. Tell us about what is happening there, Tareq, and these Palestinians who have been returned by Israel.
Well, we're right now at Nasser Medical Complex in the city of Khan Younis in the south of the Strip, and today there are, as you can see now, different preparations made by Gaza's health ministry to bury the bodies of at least 54 Palestinians. Those Palestinians, they were taken by the Israeli military following October the 7th attack, and now we can see forensic teams along with the Gaza Civil Defense are carrying out final preparations in order to bury them. What is so disturbing to report is that most of these bodies were unidentified. Forensic teams reported that the bodies were mutilated beyond recognition. Many of them have arrived to Gaza with being completely decomposed, which really did not enable families or even forensic teams to identify their bodies. And there are still scarcity of details about their fate in terms of their names, the ages, the date of their kidnapping and possibly their death, which makes the process to identify themselves extremely very complicated. And we need to remind our viewers that 165 bodies have been released recently once the ceasefire took effect on the ground, and they were handed over to Gaza's health ministry by the International Committee of the Red Cross. From the perspective of Palestinians, this is a very painful day for them, given the families that do not know anything about their loved ones who have gone missing for long months, and now they will be given the final burial without any sort of bidding farewell by their own loved ones. And on the ground, forensic teams are still reporting on a very challenging environment to identify the bodies, given the lack of medical laboratories and medical equipment highly and necessarily required in order to identify the bodies. And now they will be prepared to be buried in the city of Deir el-Balah in the central area.
Tareq, thank you very much. Tareq Azzoum in Khan Younis, southern Gaza, where the bodies of some of the unidentified Palestinians returned by Israel are to be buried today. Thank you very much for your reporting.
Don't miss out to get the full picture. Subscribe to Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.